ourselves Fairest Isle from King Arthur. We travel for various purposes, to explore the culture of soils, to view the curiosities of art, to survey the beauties of nature, and to learn the manners of men, their different politics and modes of life. The following little work proposes a new object of pursuit, that of examining the face of a country by the rules of picturesque beauty. Welcome to the Wye Tour, and welcome to Goodrich. This morning we have already performed our piece at Ross Church, and we are then travelling onward to Symonds Yat and then to Monmouth, the Savoy Theatre this evening. Tickets still available. Beginning at 7:30, where we will perform the entire tour. Over these 2 days we are travelling from Ross and Wye, ending. Good afternoon, welcome. Your boat down the Wye was a little delayed, we know. Yes.
Yes. 4 of us coming.
Oh, are there? We'll wait. How many?
2 more.
2 more. We'll give them. There's plenty of seats. There's a seat here and some at the back.
Is this there?
Yes.
Is that yours?
I don't know. Is that yours? Is that your handbag, sir? No. Very good. A warm welcome. Hello, welcome. Have you come far?
Not very far, just from the pub.
Just from the pub. Very good.
Not really.
Yes, Goodrich, of course, famous for its hostelries and its artists.
The Wye Tour owes its origins to the Reverend John Egerton, rector of Ross-on-Wye in the 1740s. He entertained his friends by taking them down the river in a pleasure boat. The idea caught on, and by the 1770s the commercial version was becoming established as a 2-day trip. Tourists were taken from Ross to Monmouth on the first day, and on the second day from Monmouth to Chepstow.
Good afternoon, welcome. Do come in. The royal box is free, so.
I'll save that for the princess.
Ah, very good. Yes, in the late 18th century. Good afternoon, madam. Yes, welcome. Is it? You haven't even seen the show yet. Late 18th century Britain was on the edge of a Europe in turmoil as the Napoleonic Wars raged. Men and women of means were no longer able to tour the continent safely and began to look for alternatives closer to home. As a result, the Wye Tour became increasingly popular. These boats had a protective awning and a table for sketching and for writing, and the poetry and prose, of course, was inspired by this wonderful scenery. An itinerary became established to take in the important sights and viewpoints, with stopping places for picnics that were provided as part of this package. The Wye had everything to inspire the romantic traveller: the scenery in all its variety, infernal industry, the ruins of Tintern Abbey, castles on cliff tops, the wonders of the Piercefield Walk, and, of course, Goodrich Castle.
In 1783, the book that was to become the essential companion was finally published. The Reverend William Gilpin's Observations on the River Wye, relative chiefly to picturesque beauty. Gilpin laid down rules for assessing the picturesque quality of the views encountered on the trip down the river. His extreme ideas were exposed to ridicule by some, but the search for the picturesque scene became an obsession for the growing number of people who followed faithfully in his footsteps. The Wye Tour can be seen as the first packaged tour, and the lower Wye Valley has been hailed as the birthplace of British tourism. Such was its importance.
The rules of the picturesque. The most perfect river views are composed of 4 grand parts: the area, which is the river itself, the 2 side screens, which are the opposite banks, and the front screen, which points out the winding of the river. Scene 2, beginners please, are we ready? Goodrich, scene 2 of the Wye Tour. Beginners please, welcome to Goodrich.
Start hence with us and trace with our children, for one the other
which will stay at the back of the theatre. This is the replica of the canopy that travelled down the Wye, under which, and we can stay there, thank you very much, and this will travel down the Wye with 4 legs. We left one in Ross and Wye. But our boatman there, Mr. George Evans, a most disagreeable fellow, has done some wonderful running repairs. There we are. So would we give our boatmen and ladies a round of applause? So we can see all of our Wye tourists here. Maybe we can come around to the side here, just to make sure we can all be seen. There we are. We look so splendid. And we can fall and let it. Yes, make sure that's lovely. Thank you. Welcome to Goodrich. Welcome to Goodrich and the castle. Could we start, please, with Robert Bloomfield's poem, and if we can begin clarinet music. Thank you very much.
Till the fantastic current stood in line direct for Pengrave Wood, whose bold green summit welcome bade, then reared behind his nodding shade. Here as the light boat skimmed along, the clarionet and chosen song, that mellow, wild Aeolian lay, sweet in the woodlands, rolled away, their echoes down the stream that bore, each dying close to every shore.
After sailing for 4 miles from Ross, we came to a grand view which presented itself, and we rested our oars to examine it. A reach of the river forming a noble bay is spread before the eye. The bank on the right is steep and covered with wood, beyond which a bold promontory shoots out, crowned with a castle rising above it. This view, which is one of the grandest of the river, I should not scruple to call correctly picturesque, which is seldom the character for purely natural scenes.
Nature is always great in design. She is an admirable colorist also, and harmonizes tints with infinite variety and beauty. But she is seldom so correct in composition. We now came opposite Mr. Gilpin's second landscape, Goodrich Castle. A most romantic relic of moss-grown towers, and it more than answered every idea of his pencil or description.
It says here, it does not give you an idea of the size till you approach the summit of the hill. The best and most picturesque view is a short distance from the drawbridge, where the light, elegant Gothic arches of the Lady Tower is finely contrasted with the immense projecting round Saxon towers, the buttresses of which are remarkably elegant, terminating a point of grammatical form. Enough of the castle is still left to effect left for effect, though it is difficult to trace, all the apartments from the present ruins.
Welcome to Goodrich Court. A gallery here. Let's put the gallery against this wall here, maybe. A gallery at Goodrich Court opens up magically. This gallery has been erected within the house, measuring about 80 feet long, with more than 50 full-length figures within it. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Yes, there we are. Here's your cue. That's it. Lovely, thank you. Good. And more than 50 full-length figures with it, carved and painted to imitate life. The whole party is arranged along the wall, clothed in either complete armour and... Could we have a look at your complete armour, please? Very good. Yes, could we have a round of applause? And they were placed in warlike attitudes. In one room, a complete tournament was represented. With heralds, spectators and umpires standing around, and 2 knights mounted on wooden horses. They were not at all like that. A chapel has recently been added in exquisite taste, with a screen of beautifully carved oak, and we are told that a kneeling nun is placed there, with a wooden monk to correspond. Goodrich Court, thank you very much.
We were amused with some fishermen in their little boats. And they carry on that, the most beautiful boats, and they go all the way down the river angling for trout. And they're called coracles. And they're covered with canvas, and they're made of wicker or basket work. And then they paddle them all the way down the stream, and then they carry them home on their backs.
I'm sorry, I missed that last bit. What did you say? They're like what?
They're like little turtles.
The stone quarries on the right, from which Bristol was built, the Bristol Bridge was built, and on the left, the furnaces. I'm terribly sorry, baby.
This is wood. Yeah. They vary the scene, though they are objects of no great importance in themselves.
At Lidbrook is a large wharf, and coals are shipped for Hereford and other places. Here the scene is new and pleasing. All has thus far been grandeur and tranquillity. It continues so yet, but mixed with life and bustle.
On the left is England's Spickner, where a fine triangular bushy mount, shaped like a sugarloaf, called Rosemary Hill, hangs even to the water's edge. The rocks are beautiful, and all tufted with the luxuriant foliage of numerous trees, whose variegated tints are quite enchanting.
Excuse me, dear, I believe you'll find it's called Rosemary Topping, a hill of picturesque shape. It was rendered... Sorry, I must get the facts correct. It's a fine shape by the fine light, shade and the colour that prevailed over it. The evening was approaching. There was a sweet mellow tone over all the objects. All was calm and quiet. The smoke, which was rising from a part of the hill where fern was burning, gently rising, seemed to contribute to the pensive sentiment which the scene excited.
At the halfway point, the abrupt cliffs called Coldwell opened an amphitheatre of romantic beauties beyond the power of words or canvas to express. The creeping evergreens upon the protuberances of each mouldering rock and the profusion of other hanging foliage present a variety of vivid tints, inimitably soft and fine, No tapestry of art can possibly excel this admirable production of the loom of nature. We only wanted sun to paint the colours stronger.
Good day. Joshua Crystal at your service. My mother gave me my love of classic art, my father being so very bitterly opposed to my desire to become a watercolour artist. I was, however, eventually able to find employment painting the fine china of the Staffordshire potteries, with the support of my mother. It has been a hard life, especially living on a diet of just potatoes and water. I have now gained admission to the Royal Academy. What joy, gentlemen. And now, yes, I'm a founding member of the Painters of Watercolours. My dear wife, Elizabeth, and I have found a fine home in Goodrich, and even though illness may befall us, we shall be buried together in this most beautiful of landscapes. It is our beloved home, gentlemen. Now, please forgive me, I must return to my painting, a cottage on the side of Simmons Rock.
A troop of gleaners.
Gleaners?
A troop of gleaners changed their shade, and 'twas a change by music made. For slowly to the brink they drew, to mark our joy and share it too. How oft in childhood's flowery days I've heard the wild, impassioned lays of such a group, lays strange and new, and thought, was ever song so true?
When from the hazel's cool retreat they watched the summer's trembling heat, and through the boughs rude urchins played, where matrons round the laughing maid pressed to the long grass beneath. And here perhaps they shared an equal cheer, perhaps they enjoyed the fast with equal glee, and raised the song of revelry. Yet half abashed, reserved and shy, watched till the strangers glided by.
Fair Felix,
brilliant!